of all, I thought good game. Credit to Kentucky. I thought every time we made a run and had a little momentum, I thought they stepped up and made some really big-time winning plays, big shots, and just kept us at bay in those moments. And I was proud of my guys. I thought we battled pretty hard. Obviously, we guarded poorly today, but we did some other really good things. Obviously, dominating the glass. And, just being really physical, getting to the line 35 times, scoring 100 points. So, again, some good things for us to take out of this game. But, going on the road in SEC play, we got to find a way to defend better.
Todd, you guys have obviously been elite at defending the three-point line coming into this game. Just what did you think of this matchup from that perspective and this Kentucky team in general as three-point shooters?
It's interesting because, going into it, the way we were looking at it, with just guarding the line, we thought if we did a good job on Kobe and Jackson that we'd be in good shape, and we just didn't. I thought Kobe did a great job taking advantage of his opportunities, and, there were times where we were staying in his space, but it felt like every time we gave him a little bit of room, he was able to separate and knock it down. He didn't let us off the hook at all today. He banged 7 of them. And, Jackson only made 2, but he made some big ones. And, we did 2 things really poorly. We didn't guard the 3. We gave 42 points beyond the line, and we gave 44 in the paint. And you just can't come in here and expect to win guarding that way. The hope is, obviously Kentucky's a very good offensive team. You're not going to be able to take away everything, but you can't let them get you, from all angles. So, if we get a crack at them at the conference tournament, we're going to have to figure out a way to at least take away their rim 2s or their catch and shoot 3s for the shooters. And we'll address that if we get this another opportunity down the road.
Hey, Todd, how do you think you responded? They had the 16-0 run in the first half, then the 10-0 run in the second half. How do you think you responded to those 2?
I thought we were good. This is a top 10 team, on the road for us coming here. And, I did a poor job in the first half. Probably should have used a timeout earlier during that run. We had Walt on the bench at that time, and we were just a little out of sorts. But we were pretty resilient. We did a good job, being down 10 at halftime, cutting into the lead pretty quickly. And, I think we got it to a one-possession game there, middle part of the second half or about 6 minutes ago, whatever it was. And then late, I think we were down 4 at the last media and maybe cut it to 2. And then, again, to Kentucky's credit, every time, we were within striking distance, they made big shots. That Carr 3 was huge. I think that was kind of the cherry on top for them and iced it. But, I thought our guys were pretty resilient. I thought we stayed the course. And process-wise, besides the defensive end, I thought we were pretty good.
In the under 4, I think they did it in 3 seconds left on the shot clock out of the under 4.
Yeah, Butler hit a big 3 in the corner.
Shoved the ball back to the inbounder Butler.
Yeah.
So was that just good action, or just did you lose them?
I think we got a little lost. Mark tries to kind of take advantage of getting to the rim in those moments. I thought we did a good job at the previous timeout, short clock, of not letting him get to the rim. And, they just made a simple play, and Butler stopped behind and hit a big 3, Honestly, not the worst shot for us to give up in that moment, and he knocked it down.
Todd, you mentioned the rebounding advantage on the offensive glass, in particular, second chance points, all that stuff. I guess, what did you make of your team's efforts in that regard for their SEC opener, and were you surprised at all that that level of success didn't translate to a better outcome overall on the scoreboard?
What I talked to our guys about is, we talk a lot about defending, rebounding, and take care of the ball. All right, we kind of keep it simple that way, trying to stay process-oriented. And in 2 out of our 3 things, we definitely played well enough to win. We had a +8 rebounding advantage, which is great on the road against a team that's this physical and this big. And then we only turned the ball over 9 times. So we had some bad kind of swing turnovers in the first half, but in the second half, we only had 3. So we did a much better job that way. Our goal is kind of 12 or less. We wanted to be a little below that today because Kentucky doesn't usually turn people over. But those 2 functions, we were good. It's just back to the defense. We did not defend anywhere near the level to come into Rupp and take one. And the other opportunities that we missed were at the foul line. We went 22 for 35, and Kondo's a solid free throw shooter, but Walt and Elijah are pretty automatic. I think combined they went 12 for 19 from the line. Going to be hard to win on the road, not taking advantage of those opportunities.
All the coaches in the SEC have been having to answer questions about how hard the SEC is going to be. You guys start out with the top 10 matchup, and the road just keeps going. How tough is it going to make it for people to guard Kentucky when they have their 6 top players going 14 or more in games like this?
Yeah, they will not lose many games if they play this efficiently. I thought they did a great job taking advantage of the moment. They played very well offensively. There's some things that you're going to break down on and not guard great, especially with how good the different things they do offensively. But again, the way they took advantage of it and were able to knock down big shots, when we had a little momentum, I think was everything. And as conference season goes on, I think people will try different ways to guard them. And we'll see, how they're able to sustain their success offensively through the course of conference play. But they're a very good offensive team. I think that's pretty well known, across college basketball.
Hey, Todd, you came in leading the SEC, number 2 nationally in fast break points per game. And obviously, an opponent shoots 58%, you're going to be inbounding the ball a lot. But did you think there was anything else Kentucky did to limit you when you did have fast break opportunities? Because you only finished with 8, and 5 of those were in the last 15 seconds.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a little bit misleading simply because, we scored 100 points. We were getting some stuff in early offense that might not have been in the first 5 or 6 seconds of the clock, but maybe it was the 10 or 11 mark and, just getting downhill. But what you said to me is exactly right. When you're pulling the ball out of the net, a lot, it's going to be really hard to get out and get in transition and play in the fast break. So, yeah, I'm disappointed we weren't better in that regard. But the overall big picture offensively, wasn't the issue. I thought we played definitely well enough on that end to win.
All right, thanks. We'll make a couple players available on the bench.
All right, thank y'all.